So we're away, a clean one now, a really good start across the field, but he's about to launch out of the track here now. Gout Gout gets up on John, moves past John, he can't be stopped, he is incredible, 10.17. The future is here, you just watched it, 10.1.
Gout Gout just said what no one wanted to hear. The fastest teen in Australia has made a move that's shaking the whole world of sprinting. This isn't just about speed, it's about what comes next. Coaches are worried, fans are stunned, and what Gout revealed has sparked the fear everyone hoped would stay quiet. Gout Gout is 17 years old. He is from Australia. He is going to race in the World Athletics Championships in Tokyo. Gout will run the 200-meter race. This is his first time at a World Championship. It is also the first time so many people are talking about him at once. Gout is the youngest runner on the Australian team. The big races will happen this September. The heats for the 200 meters are on the 17th of September. The final is on the 19th of September. Gout Gout broke a big record before coming to Tokyo. In June, he ran in a race in Ostrava. It was part of a famous track meet called the Golden Spike. Gout ran 200 meters in 20.02 seconds. That was the fastest ever by someone from Australia and from all of Oceania. He beat the man in second place, Rainier Mena, by 0.17 seconds. Mena is a top sprinter from Cuba. The man in third place was from Britain. His name is Nathaniel Mitchell Blake. He ran 20.60 seconds. That win shocked people, but this was not Gout's first fast run. Earlier, he ran 20.04 seconds at the Australian All-Schools Championships. That made him the fastest under 1.8 runner in the country's history. He also ran 100 meters in 9.99 seconds in Perth. He did it twice, but the wind was too strong, so it did not count as a record. It was still a big deal. People started comparing him to sprinting stars. At a school race in Queensland, he ran 100 meters in 9.94 seconds. It was hand-timed, so not official, but still super fast. Gout was born in December 2007. His family is from South Sudan. He lives in Brisbane now. He shares a room with his brother. In 2024, he won a silver medal in the World U20 Championships in Lima. He ran 200 meters in 20.60 seconds. That same year, he signed a deal with Adidas. News reports say the deal is worth about 6 million Australian dollars. In another big meet, he ran 10.17 seconds in the 100 meters. It was an under 1.8 national record. He also ran 20.04 seconds again in the 200-meter final. In April this year, he ran 19.84 seconds for 200 meters, but the wind was too strong again. The record did not count. Even with all the fast times, some people still didn't believe it. Then Olympic champion Letsail Tebogo said, "He is the next big thing for the continent." At the Ostrava race, Gout said, "I felt stronger in training these last couple of months. Another national record. Pretty happy with that. It's not a bad first up in Europe." His coach, Di Shepherd, has trained him since he was a kid. She is known to be tough. She says Gout can win Olympic gold someday, maybe by 2032. She also says he grew a lot this year. He went from 180 to 183 centimeters. That made her change how they train to keep him safe. Gout's running style has also made people talk. Former Olympian John Stephenson said Gout floats when he runs. He said Gout has strong ankles that help him run faster and stay fast longer. Even with his speed, Gout is only ranked 20th in the world this season in the 200 meters. He trains in Florida sometimes with top sprinters like Noah Lyles, but he still goes to high school in Ipswich. He had to miss school to run in Tokyo. When he runs, people show up. One event in Melbourne sold all its tickets. That had not happened in more than 20 years. Another race in Stowell had double the normal crowd. Even with all the fame, Gout stays low-key. He drives a Hyundai i30. He said he has been treated differently by some people. He talked about racial profiling. He said it's hard when people look at you like you don't belong. He also turned down a big chance to race at the AFL Grand Final. He wanted to stay focused on Tokyo. The Australian team picked 88 athletes for the World Championships. That is the most ever. Gout's name was one of the first announced. The team also has 5 relay teams. It's the first time Australia has all relay teams qualified. Other big names on the team include high jumper Nicola Olislagers and pole vaulter Nina Kennedy. Track bosses in Australia say Gout brings a lot of excitement. They hope he shines now and again at the Brisbane Olympics in 2032. News from Reuters said his rise happened fast. 1 year ago, most people did not know his name. Now he is one of the most talked about runners in the world. Fans are waiting to see what happens next. All eyes are on Tokyo. Gout Gout is ready to race, and what he does next could change sprinting for good. This 17-year-old kid lined up at the Pure Athletics Spring Invitational in Clermont, Florida last April. What happened next left the track and field world speechless. Christian Miller didn't just run fast, he absolutely torched the track with a mind-blowing 9.93 seconds in the 100 meters. To put that in perspective, only 5 men under the age of 20 had ever broken the 10-second barrier before Miller came along. This wasn't some fluke performance either. The wind was a legal 1.6 meters per second at his back, and every aspect of the race was perfectly legitimate. Miller had just become the fastest American under 20 athlete in history, shattering Trayvon Bromell's record of 9.97 that had stood since 2014. But here's the crazy part. He also set a new under-18 world record and claimed the 3rd fastest time ever recorded by anyone under 20 years old. Miller's journey to this historic moment started in St. Johns County, Florida, where he attended Creekside High School. His coach, Ricky Fields, had been working with him for years, watching this kid develop into something special. Even as a sophomore and junior, Miller was already turning heads with times that made college scouts take notice. The breakthrough really began in 2023 when Miller traveled to Eugene, Oregon for the USA Track and Field Under-20 Championships. Running at the legendary Hayward Field, Miller did something remarkable. He won gold medals in both the 100 and 200 meters. His 100-meter time of 10.06 seconds set a world under-18 record and marked him as the 4th fastest high school sprinter in American history. His 200-meter victory came in 20.51 seconds, proving he wasn't just a one-event wonder. After that performance, former professional runner Kyle Merber made a prediction that now seems prophetic. Merber told Miller directly that his times were quickly reaching professional levels, then sent a warning to the sport's biggest names. Merber said Noah Lyles and Fred Curley better watch out because this kid was coming for them. Miller's approach to training reflected a maturity beyond his years. When asked about his record-breaking 9.93 performance, he explained his mindset perfectly. Miller said he practices hard and knows exactly how he runs in training. So if he goes out and executes what he's practiced, he knows a really fast time will be produced. That level of self-awareness and confidence is rare in any athlete, let alone a teenager. The young sprinter's inspirations tell us a lot about his ambitions. Miller has always looked up to Usain Bolt, calling the Jamaican legend a very big inspiration. But he also studies the current generation of sprint stars. Miller mentioned that he recently looks up to greats like Noah Lyles, Christian Coleman, Letsile Tebogo, and Ariane Knighton. It's telling that most of these athletes are American, and Miller noted that they're producing some great times.
Are there any sprinters before you that you look up to where you're like, yo, these are some guys I used to watch? Some names you can list out for me.
Yes, I used to look up to Usain Bolt a lot. He was a very big inspiration.
That's
and
right.
recently I looked up to a lot of greats like Noah Lyles,
Yep.
Christian Coleman, Letsile Tebogo, also Ariane Knighton. Just a lot of great athletes. A lot of them from America too.
Yeah.
Just producing some great times that I've always looked up to and wanted to run.
When Miller crossed the finish line in 9.93 seconds, he became the world leader in the 100 meters for 2024. Think about that. A high school senior was officially the fastest man on the planet at that moment. Miller described the feeling as hitting a great milestone, going from fastest high schooler to fastest under 18 athlete to fastest under 20 athlete, and now the fastest in the world. But he wasn't satisfied. Miller made it clear he wasn't just racing high schoolers anymore. He could now race people much older and more developed, and he was coming for much more. The performance caught the attention of USA Track and Field, who named Miller their Athlete of the Week for April 24th, 2024. He was the 15th winner that year, recognized for running the fastest time ever by an American under 20 athlete and chopping 0.04 off the previous record. But Miller's success created an interesting dilemma. He had originally signed a letter of intent to run for the University of Georgia in November 2023. The Bulldogs thought they had landed the top track recruit in the country. However, Miller's rapid improvement and his fifth-place finish at the U.S. Olympic trials that summer changed everything. At those Olympic trials, Miller found himself lining up against some of the world's fastest men. The American team that went to Paris was stacked with Olympic medalists and world champions. The only exception was 20-year-old Ariane Knighton, who had won World Championship silver in the 200 meters. Miller not only qualified for the trials, but made it all the way to the finals, finishing fifth. That experience was eye-opening for the teenager. Miller later reflected that competing at the trials was a good milestone because he was lined up against some of the world's fastest guys. The experience convinced him that he could really compete with the world's fastest athletes. That confidence played a huge role in his next major decision. In July 2024, Miller announced he would forego his NCAA eligibility and turn professional instead of running for Georgia. His reasoning was simple but profound. Miller felt that if he went to college after the times he had already run, he would almost be taking a step back. He looked at all the resources he had at home compared to what he would have at Georgia and decided he wanted to go big and make a stamp in the track and field world. Miller believed turning pro was the best way to put his talent out there and strike while the iron was hot. The decision put Miller in very exclusive company. Only a handful of American track athletes have bypassed college to turn professional straight out of high school. The most successful examples include Noah Lyles, Ariane Knighton, Tamri Davis, and middle-distance runner Hobbs Kessler. All of them have since become medalists at global competitions. Miller's professional future became clear in October 2024 when he officially signed with Puma. The German sportswear company was thrilled to land the young sprinter. Pascal Rolling, Puma's director of sports marketing, called Miller without doubt the most exciting male sprint prospect they had seen in a long time. Rolling praised Miller's record-breaking performances and said his decision to turn professional spoke volumes about his character. The connection to Puma made perfect sense for Miller. The brand was home to Usain Bolt, who still holds the world records in both the 100 and 200 meters that Miller competes in. Miller explained his choice by saying he wanted to be the best, and to be number one, you have to surround yourself with the greatest in the game. For him, that had always been Puma. Miller noted that the brand is synonymous with speed, and when you look at their roster of athletes, they're draped in gold. Miller's agent, Mario Bassani of Mezzo Management Group, described the contract as a multi-year deal that ranks among the sport's most lucrative for an athlete making their professional debut. While the exact terms weren't disclosed, Miller also signed an endorsement deal with Oakley and enrolled in online classes through Liberty University to study computer science, digital media, and cinematography. The transition to professional competition began immediately. In May 2025, Miller competed at the Golden Grand Prix in Tokyo, running 10.08 seconds to finish behind Japan's Hiroki Yanagita and ahead of American veteran Christian Coleman. That same month, he was named as a challenger in the short sprints category for the Grand Slam track event in Philadelphia. Miller's performances as a professional have been solid but not spectacular yet. At the Grand Slam track event in Philadelphia, he finished 8th in the 200 meters with a time of 20.73 seconds, earning $10,000 in prize money. He didn't start the 100 meters at that meet. At the 2025 USA Outdoor Track and Field Championships, Miller reached the semifinals in the 100 meters. The young professional is still training in Jacksonville, Florida with his longtime coach Ricky Fields. Miller continues to focus on both the 100 and 200 meters, with his sights set on breaking more records. He's particularly confident about challenging the under-20 world record, saying those times will definitely be on record-breaking watch.
Can now afford to smile. It's not going to be a championship record, but it's an absolutely brilliant performance. There are people standing here to greet the new winner, 15:09.
In just 7 months, a teenage runner from Britain ran so fast, she broke 2 records that had stood for 40 years and then won a gold medal. It all started in February and kept building through the summer, with each race leaving the track world stunned. On the 4th of February 2025 at the Czech Indoor Gala in Ostrava, Ines Fitzgerald ran the 3,000 meters in 8 minutes 40.05 seconds. According to European Athletics, that time set a new European under-20 indoor record, surpassing the 8:50.26 mark previously held by Denmark's Sofia Thøgersen. Athletics Weekly reported that Fitzgerald's run also broke the British under-20 indoor record, set by Zola Budd in 1985, by 16 seconds. The performance in Ostrava came less than a year after Fitzgerald had claimed silver in the 5,000 meters at the European Athletics Under-20 Championships in Jerusalem in August 2023. In that earlier race, she had been narrowly beaten by Thøgersen. The 2025 indoor race, therefore, marked a reversal in the record books between the two athletes. European Athletics noted that Fitzgerald's 8:40.05 made her the sixth fastest British woman indoors over 3,000 meters across all age groups. The same source confirmed that this time also placed her inside the top 20 on the European Senior Indoor All-Time list for the event. On the 19th of July, 2025 in London, Fitzgerald lined up for the 5,000 meters. Her final time was 14:49.56, as recorded by British Athletics. This run established a new European under-20 outdoor record, improving upon the previous best of 14:48.07 set by Zola Budd in 1985. The margin of improvement was nearly 9 seconds. Athletics Weekly detailed that the London performance was the first occasion on which a European under-20 woman had broken the 14:40 barrier in the 5,000 meters. Fitzgerald's time also placed her third on the British senior all-time list for the event, behind only Paula Radcliffe and Eilish McColgan. The 5,000 meters in London came less than 6 months after her indoor 3,000 meters record. In both cases, the records broken had stood for 4 decades. On 7th August 2025, Fitzgerald competed in the women's 5,000 meters final at the European Athletics Under-20 Championships in Tampere, Finland. She won the race in 15 minutes 9 seconds and 4 hundredths. European Athletics reported that she led from the early stages and crossed the finish line 33 seconds ahead of the silver medalist, Denmark's Sofia Thøgersen. Athletics Weekly wrote that Fitzgerald maintained a solo lead for most of the race and extended her advantage with each lap. British Athletics described the victory as a commanding performance and her first ever track title at a major championships. The European Athletics report added that Fitzgerald's winning time in Tampere was the fastest recorded in the event at the European Under-20 Championships since 1991. The same source stated that the 33-second winning margin was one of the largest in the history of the competition. During the medal ceremony in Tampere, Fitzgerald said, "I am very happy to finally get my first gold at a European Championships. It has been a very good season for me with the indoor and outdoor records, and this title makes it even better." The 2025 season's results have also been placed in context by British Athletics, which noted that Fitzgerald is coached by Gavin Pavey and competes for Exeter Harriers. Her 5,000 meters record in London made her the fastest British teenager over the distance in history, by a margin of more than 20 seconds compared to the previous mark. Athletics Weekly further recorded that the combination of her indoor 3,000 meters and outdoor 5,000 meters times in 2025 had never before been achieved by any British woman under the age of 20. The same outlet reported that both marks met the qualifying standards for the 2025 World Athletics Championships in Tokyo in their respective events. European Athletics pointed out that Fitzgerald's 14:43.56 in London would have placed her fourth in the women's 5,000 meters final at the 2024 Paris Olympic Games. The 8:40.05 indoor 3,000 meters was similarly competitive at the senior level, ranking inside the top 10 performances globally for the year to that point. Athletics Weekly cited historical data showing that before Fitzgerald's London race, the European Under-20 outdoor 5,000 meters record had been broken only once since 1985 by Romania's Cristina Cassandra in 1996, when she ran 15 minutes and 5 seconds. Fitzgerald's time lowered that mark by more than 25 seconds. British Athletics confirmed that her London run was contested in warm and breezy conditions, with a pacemaker taking the field through 3,000 meters in approximately 8:53.